Hello viewers, awaiting the latest information on the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we'll be watching a video of an epic battle between Ukrainian Leopard tanks and a Russian armored convoy. This is the incredible moment when fearless Ukrainian forces obliterated an entire Russian convoy with a massive explosion and intense fire. A surprise attack by Ukrainian Leopard tanks eliminated 3 armored military trucks and destroyed 2 Russian tanks. To encircle the eastern fortress city of Pokrovsk from the south, Russian forces first had to push back Ukrainian defenses at Kurakhove, a village on the banks of the Vovcha River, 18 miles south of Pokrovsk in Donetsk Oblast, eastern Ukraine. The Ukrainian Army's 33rd Mechanized Brigade and German-made Leopard 2 A4 tanks blocked their path. A powerful Russian force was advancing toward Dolnje, just south of Kurakhove, clearly aiming to break through Dolnje and bypass Kurakhove. Precise fire from the Leopard 2, A4 quickly halted the Russian attack. As observed by a Ukrainian drone from above, at least one Leopard 2, A4 firing armor-piercing rounds, riddled 2 Russian tanks, an armored personnel carrier, and several other vehicles. The battle for Dolnje represents a return to the glory days of Ukrainian tanks. The rapid development of explosive-laden drones has transformed the way tanks fight on both sides of Russia's broader war against Ukraine. Dramatic footage, apparently from the town of Kurakhove in eastern Ukraine, shows a convoy of Russian tanks and motorcycles speeding down a road before being spotted by Ukrainian forces. Heavy gunfire can be heard as sparks fly toward the Russian military forces. A huge plume of smoke rises into the Ukrainian sky as each vehicle is hit and quickly disabled by the 6 one-ton Leopard tanks. The trucks burn on the road as Russian troops attempt to flee to safety. These days, Russian and Ukrainian tanks typically hide among the trees, emerging only to fire a few rounds at targets miles away. The heavily armored Leopard 2, A4 tanks of the 33rd Mechanized Brigade, are anything but cautious. They fight at close range, and they win. This was aided by the Ukrainian tank crews, as the Russian convoy was led by 2 Turtle tanks, equipped with thick anti-drone armor that obscured the crew's view and prevented the tank's turret from rotating. Russia reportedly suffered its deadliest day of the ongoing war to date. Putin lost more than 3,000 troops in just 48 hours, with the highest daily number of Russian soldiers killed or wounded in combat reaching over 2,000. The Ukrainian General Staff released grim statistics, estimating the total number of Russian casualties since the start of the full-scale invasion has surpassed 1 million. February has been one of the bloodiest months for Russian forces. Meanwhile, troops from Ukraine's 3rd Separate Assault Brigade successfully repelled an attack by the Russian 4th Guards Tank Division in Kharkiv Oblast. Ukrainian forces reported destroying 20 Russian vehicles during the fighting in Kharkiv Oblast. The brigade reported that part of the Russian convoy was halted by anti-tank missiles. Some tanks veered off the road and detonated mines, while others were targeted by FPV drones. According to the brigade, the entire Russian convoy was destroyed, but Russian forces then launched another armored attack from 4 directions. Ukrainian forces repelled the attack using ATGMs and drones, causing further losses. A convoy attempting to break through the left flank of Ukrainian forces was also halted after being attacked by Ukrainian tanks. The Russian convoy reportedly headed towards the villages of Zelenyi Shliak and Novoy Vanivka, continuing its efforts to penetrate Ukrainian defense lines. This advance is part of a larger Russian effort in the area, with Ukrainian military analysts noting significant concentrations of enemy troops and equipment. Soldiers of the 3rd Assault Brigade also successfully destroyed a convoy of elite Russian troops attempting to break through with tanks and trains in the Kharkiv region. In the area of the village of Pershotravneve, the 4th Panzer Division, the so-called elite Kantemirovskaya Division of the Russian 1st Panzer Army, attempted to break through with a convoy of tanks and infantry fighting vehicles, supported by trains. After coming under fire from Ukrainian forces, the Russian troops lost the first 2 infantry fighting vehicles while still at the crossing, and the vehicles simply vanished. Over the past 24 hours, 123 battles were recorded along the front line. The most active areas were Pokrovsk and Kursk. Specifically, on the Kharkiv front, the Ukrainian armed forces repelled a Russian attack near Vovchansk,